Okay, so just looking at perpendicular and parallel lines, basically we briefly touched about parallel lines, which was if the gradient is the same, then the lines on the straight lines on the straight line graph are going to be parallel, and that's because any two lines that are parallel will have the same slope and the same gradient, so therefore the same m value here. So if I change this, it's got m value of 4. If I change it to 3, it's still going to be just as it would be parallel to the one. In fact, if I copy that and make another one down here, and change that to 5, that's parallel, and because it's got the same m value, it doesn't matter what I do to this value here, it's always going to be parallel. That's how to do parallel graphs. Now to do perpendicular graphs, I'll tell you that I can see straight off that this one and this one is going to be parallel. And the reason why I know that is because the gradient of the black line is negative. Basically, they call it the negative reciprocal. Okay, so I'm just going to get an annotation going here. So what we can say is that here so we can say this one is m1 and this one is that one's m2 and this one's m1. So m1 is equal to 4 and m2 is equal to negative 1 over 4. So the way that they relate to each other is m2 would always equal to negative 1 over m1, and that works the other way around as well. So m1 is also equal to negative 1 over m2. Now what we can actually say is that one gradient is the negative reciprocal of the other. So let's just write that phrase down: negative reciprocal. So negative, well, that's not too hard. One's negative, one's not. So as for example, we've got 4 and we've got negative 1/4. The reciprocal just means 1 over something. So reciprocal would be 1. What reciprocal of x would be 1 over x. So the negative reciprocal would be negative 1 over x. So m2 is the negative reciprocal of m1, and 1 is the negative reciprocal of m2. So we can do this if we look at any other two graphs. Let's get my mouse again, and maybe we'll just clear clear the relevant things here. So yeah, so if we turn that one on, that's got a gradient of 3. So the this one would be the one that has a negative reciprocal, negative 1 over 3, and it's perpendicular. And then this one's got a gradient of 2. This one would be negative 1 over 2, and there we go. Okay. So that's how to know whether or not the gradients are going to be, the lines are going to be perpendicular. It's down to, in fact, parallel and perpendicular lines are down to the gradients. Okay. Right.